And you know, the two of them would sit at the kitchen table for hours, and all you'd hear from them was, "It was a fun night, wasn't it? It was more than fun. It was double fab. Yeah, you're right, it was mega brill." You know, for as long as you'd be sitting here, you'd never find out what was so double brill and mega fab. Oh God, look at the time. Sitting here talking and he'll be in for his tea, won't he? Oh, what's he like, eh, Wall? My fella. Well, he likes everything to be as it's always been. If his tea isn't planted on the table, as its foot's landing through the door, there's ructions. I've given up arguing. I said to him once, I said, "Listen, Joe, if your tea isn't on the table at the same time every night, it doesn't mean that the pound's collapsed, or that there's been a natural disaster." And did it do any good? I could have been talking to that. Couldn't I, Wall? I could have been talking to you. I'm not saying he's bad, my fella. He's just not fucking good. I don't hate men. I'm not a feminist. I'm not like Sue's my mate. Now she's a feminist. Oh, well, she likes to think she is. She reads Cosmopolitan and says that all men are potential rapists. Even the Pope. She's going to Greece. Sue, for a fortnight. And do you know what she said to me? "I want you to come with me." Ha! Silly bitch. Hey, Wall, imagine the face on him. Imagine the face if I told him I was going away for 2 weeks. Jesus. I go to the bathroom for 5 minutes and he thinks I've been hijacked. Oh, it's lovely wine. It's like it's been kissed by the sun. I'd like to have a glass of wine where the grape is grown, sitting by the sea. But he won't go abroad. You see, he gets jet lag when we go to Shetland. He's been going there for years and he still won't drink the tap water. He's that type, Joe. Gets culture shock when we go to Soho. Oh, but Sue says I'm entitled to my own opinion. Which is logical. Dead logical. But I said to her, I said, "Sue. Sue. Can't bring logic into marriage. Marriage is like the Middle East. There's no solution." Of course. That was when she handed me the time bomb. She's only gone and paid for my ticket to Greece. I tried to tell her it was impossible. Do you know what feminists are like? If something's impossible, it's a perfect reason for doing it. If I said I was going to Greece, he'd think it was for the sex, wouldn't he, Wall? Well, 2 women on their own going to Greece. I'm not even particularly fond of it. Sex. Of course, would have been different if I was born in Melandra's generation. Because you see, they discovered it. Clitoris. Yeah, the clitoris kids, I call them. But you see, when I first read the word clitoris, I thought it was pronounced clitoris. Sounds like it could be a name, couldn't it? Oh, hi, clitoris, how are you? Shut up, Wall. Why not? There's plenty of men walking around called Dick. My Melandra came and visited me this afternoon. She hadn't been back 10 minutes and she had me strutting around like an absolute fucking D2. But I turned to her and I said, "Melandra, been thinking I might go to Greece for a fortnight." She leaped out of the chair and started yelling, "You, going to Greece? 2 middle-aged women going to Greece? Well, I think it's disgusting." And then I suddenly realised, her saying I was disgusting, acting just like her father would. Well, I was about to go downstairs and give her a piece of my mind when I heard the front door slam. So I flung the window open and I shouted, "Yes, that's right, Melandra, I'm going to Greece for the sex. Sex for breakfast, sex for lunch, and sex for dinner." Well, she ignored me. But the cab driver leans out and shouts, "That sounds like a marvellous diet plan." "It is," I shouted. "It's called the F plan." Wait till he finds out he's getting chips and egg for his tea. Well, it's Thursday, you see. And on Thursday, it has to be steak night. That's the 11th commandment, isn't it? God declared it. "Thou shalt give thy husband steak every Thursday night." I gave the meat to the vegans. And the dog's a bloodhound. Raise this dog to be a vegetarian. I mean, if God wanted to create a vegetarian dog, he wouldn't have made it a bloodhound. Well, do you know what? I think it's worth any complaining I'll have to put up with him. To see the look on that dog's face, it tasted meat for the very first time. Of course, I don't think Joe will quite see it that way. You did what? You gave the meat to the dog? Is this it, woman? Have you finally gone right round the bend? Yes, Joseph, I think I rather have. I think I've finally gone, Luke, the fucking blue. I'm crazed with joy. Because today, I got given the opportunity to get away from you for a fortnight to Greece. And I'm fucking going.